On day 1, I spawned in as a baby gorilla. I'm so tiny. I only have 4 hearts, but I'm supposed to be a strong gorilla. At least I have my mom here to keep me safe. Just then, I heard a hiss and saw a swarm of creepers headed right at me.
Get out of here!
I did as he said and took off running. My dad was big and strong, but those creepers were fierce. Oh no! Dad! Just when I thought I had gotten away, I realized I had run into a whole creeper's nest. Ah! That's not better! This jungle is a dangerous place. Luckily, I soon found my parents and ran into my mom's embrace.
Don't you ever scare me like that again!
Dad found us a shelter on top of a big tree with cocoa pods on it. I grabbed a few and gobbled them up.
Get some rest. Tomorrow, we will build a base here.
I plopped down in the leaves and went to sleep. On day 2, I woke up and headed out to gather materials for our base. There's gotta be a way I can help build our base. I snacked on the cocoa beans from earlier. Ugh, these are disgusting. If I want to be a big and strong gorilla, I'll have to find some bananas. I started exploring the jungle when I came across a parrot sitting on a branch. Excuse me, hi. Have you seen any bananas around here?
Why, yes, but they are high up on those trees over there. They're too dangerous for a little gorilla like you to climb.
Maybe you're right. I'll be back for you, bananas. I got to work gathering materials for our base, punching trees to collect some wood. With the wood I had gathered, I then made myself a wooden sword and also a wooden pickaxe. I returned to my parents again, who were already building a shelter on the tree. Wait for me! I want to help! I helped my mom make walls to protect us, and helped Dad craft planks for the roof and beams.
Our son is quite the fighter.
He takes after his father.
We worked together all day, and soon, our treehouse was complete. Whoa, it looks so cool! On day 3, I wanted to go explore the jungle, but my parents wouldn't let me.
If something were to happen to you, I don't know what I'd do.
Son, there is a dangerous creature in this jungle. He's out there hunting gorillas. That's why there aren't many of us left.
Oh no, that's terrible. Someone has to stop him. I decided to stay and play in our base. But suddenly, our house was attacked by a massive lion.
Silio, run! We'll hold him off.
I ran and hid while my parents fought against the lion. They did their best to fight him off, but it wasn't enough. The lion killed both my parents right in front of me and destroyed the base we had built together. Mom! Dad! No! I wanted to fight back, but I was still just a baby. Is he gonna kill me next? The lion closed in on me, but just then I heard a roar and saw a wolf attack the lion from behind. The wolf was much weaker than the lion, but it was enough to scare it off for now. I looked around the destroyed base my parents had built, and then at the wolf.
Huh? What kind of animal are you?
The wolf looked at me confused and slowly approached me.
Oh, you little thing. Don't worry. That evil lion won't hurt you anymore.
The wolf took me back to her pack. On our way, I found some rocks to mine for cobblestone. I got to work, crafting myself a stone pickaxe, sword, and axe. Finally, we were met by a pack of wolves.
Whoa, what the heck is that thing? What are you? You're a funny one. I'm Ruffy. Nice to meet you.
His parents were abandoned. I'm going to take care of him now.
Just then, a massive wolf stepped out of the pack.
You can't take care of it. I mean, look at it. It's not like us. You have to bring it back. It could be dangerous.
But he'll die out there.
Are you sure there are no others of his kind?
Yes, his parents were killed.
Fine. Then you may keep him. But that does not make him one of us.
I followed my new mom back to her den, when suddenly a bunch of leopards attacked out of nowhere. Stay away, you dotted freaks! I was still just a baby, but luckily I had my stone sword. Soon, all the leopards were defeated.
Oh, you scared me. Let's get you home to safety.
It's cozy, but it could use some improvement. I began fixing up the den. It was time to make it a home. I added some beds and some comforts. Since this was my new home, I made everything as nice as I could. I also didn't want to be hungry all the time, so I found some farmland and planted some carrots I had found earlier. It had been a long day, so I went to sleep huddled up to the wolf mom and slept for the night. On days 4 and 5, I suddenly felt different. Just then, I noticed that I had grown into a medium-sized gorilla. Yes! Wow! And I even gained more hearts. I decided to explore my new home when I saw something in the corner of my eye. More leopards? Where are they coming from? I fought them tooth and nail, but realized they must be coming from somewhere close. I saw more leopards approaching, so I ran towards them, taking down one after another. What is going on here? I kept fighting them through the jungle. Finally, I saw a village full of leopards. Uh-oh, this can't be good. I should investigate. I headed into the village, fighting off more leopards. Once I was inside, there were so many of them. Get away, you monsters! There were so many leopards, but I was bigger and stronger than them. I knocked them back, one after one, and then quickly took them down. Eventually, I was able to take out the last one. Phew, that was close. But what is this place anyway? That's when I saw a big tree house. Who could live in a house that big? I nervously climbed over to the house and found a map of the wolf village. So that's how they found our village. They won't be bothering us anymore. I destroyed the map when I heard loud footsteps behind me. It was a leopard bigger than any I had seen before. Time to get out of here. I ran out fast, but had nowhere to go. I couldn't just jump down from such a high place. I spotted a vine hanging from a nearby tree. I closed my eyes and jumped a split second before the leopard caught me. When I opened my eyes, I was high up in the air, swinging from vine to vine. I think I discovered a new ability of mine. Excited about my new skill, I swung my way back home. On day 6 through 8, I came home and saw Ruffy approaching me.
Silio, where have you been? I've been looking all over for you.
I was at a leopard camp. I fought them all off. And then there was this huge leopard.
Yeah, right. Like you could take on a whole leopard's pack. You're crazy.
Oh yeah? The last to reach the drinking pond is a stinky loser. We took off, running to the pond. But Ruffy's wolf legs were so much faster than mine. I tried my best to keep up, when suddenly, Ruffy took a wrong turn and fell down a cliff. Oh no! Ruffy! To my relief, he had landed on a ledge, but there was no way back up. Here, catch this. I threw a set of ladders down to him so he could climb back up.
You saved me. How can I ever repay you?
Don't mention it. You're my best friend. But if you really want to help, why don't you tell me your favorite Minecraft block in the comments below?
Ooh, it's gotta be the bone block for me.
We soon arrived back home and saw that it was full of skeletons and zombies. Don't worry, I'll take them out.
And that you have all the glory? Don't even think about it.
Ruffy charged in without warning. He was fierce, but reckless, and got hurt pretty bad. I had to jump in fast. Working as a team, we were eventually able to take them all out. You need to be more careful. You should come live at our den. We'll take care of your wounds.
Oh, could I?
Ruffy ran inside like he wasn't even hurt anymore. I guess he really wanted to live with us. I placed down beds for both of us, and finally went to sleep for the night. On days 9 through 10, I started working on a house for Ruffy. It was great having him over, but I really wanted my own space, and I was pretty sure he'd love it when he saw it. Right as I finished, Ruffy came running over to me. He was so excited about the house I built for him. It's not exactly a wolf's home, but I tried my best. After that, we decided to go and explore together. We came across a huge ravine, and there was a ton of iron in there. I took out my pickaxe and started mining it all. With a full inventory, I headed back home and put all the iron in my furnace. While it smelted, I went back outside to set up a cocoa farm to keep us fed. Once that was done, I checked up on the iron, and it was all finished. I used it to make an iron sword, pickaxe, axe, hoe, and even had enough to make a full set of iron armor. I decided to use the leftover iron to make Ruffy some armor too, so that when he recklessly got in trouble, he'd at least be protected. On days 11 through 12, I went outside to find Ruffy playing with the other wolves.
Come on, Ruffy. Let's go play.
Can I come?
Oh, I'd love to have you, but no way. We are not playing with a big monkey like you. You are not one of us.
But I can be a great wolf.
Alright, tell you what, if you can get an elephant's hair, we'll let you play with us. But elephants are dangerous.
I'm in. We ran into the jungle where we saw a bunch of elephants.
You don't have to do this, Silio.
But I had already made up my mind. I snuck down to the elephants and reached for one of their hairs. But just then, one of the elephants saw me. And before I knew it, it was total chaos. The elephant started rampaging around recklessly and almost crushed the other wolves from my pack. Luckily, no one got hurt, and the elephants eventually calmed down.
Silio, are you dead? Oh, thank gosh you're not dead.
Yup, and check this out.
You got the hair?
Is that all you wanted? I could have just given you mine.
What happened?
Huh? Who's that?
Our leader.
You almost killed someone.
He's just a child.
That's no excuse. You can't keep defending him.
But
Layla, look at him. He will never be one of us.
His words hurt, but I wouldn't let that bother me. I'm gonna be the best wolf out there. On days 13 through 15, I started the day by adding some upgrades to my den. Well, it was more of a treehouse than a den at this point. I added drawbridges connecting the branches. After that, I decided to start working on a statue. I thought it could scare off all the predators. I started building a gorilla statue out of dirt, but quickly realized that it looked pretty ugly. I needed some wool to make it look better, so I decided to ask Ruffy if he knew where I could get some. Your parents herd sheep, right? Do you think they'd let me have some?
What'd you need wool for? But sure, I could probably get you some.
Ruffy told me where to go, and I left to go find the sheep. Later on, I found them. Now, how do I get them to follow me home? I tried channeling my inner wolf to herd them home, but they wouldn't budge. How do the other wolves do it? I tried everything to get them to move, but I was so focused on the sheep that I didn't see the creeper sneaking up behind me. What the? Where did you come from? I hadn't fought a creeper before, but I knew they could explode, so I made sure to stay away from it. I tried growling at it like the other wolves had taught me, but it didn't help. I then used the vines to swing around to avoid the creeper and get in hits where I could. Eventually, the creeper went down. Now, how do I get those sheep to follow me? I noticed they were drawn to wheat crops nearby, so I used it to make them follow me, and it worked. On my way home, I also killed some squids to get ink sacks. This is just what I need to dye the wool black. I finally made it home and got right to work. I built the sheep a pen to stay in. Once it was finished, I dyed some of the sheep black and used shears to collect their wool. I then decided to expand my farm, adding some melon seeds to it as well. They're almost as good as bananas. I was starving, so I decided to eat some melons from my farm. I felt weird all of a sudden, and before I knew it, I was an adult gorilla with 18 hearts. I wonder what cool things I can do now. On days 16 through 19, I had a crazy dream. I was in a temple and could see other creatures that looked just like me. I had so many questions and tried asking them when suddenly I was in the jungle, but it was on fire. I saw my family in cages. I tried releasing them, but the cages wouldn't open. Suddenly, I saw a massive lion towering over me. It told me that it has been looking for the wolf pack for a long time, and that I had led him right to them. I woke up in a cold sweat. That dream, it felt so real, but it couldn't have been real, right? On days 20 through 22, I ran over to Ruffy and Norton to talk about my dream.
Oh no, that sounds scary.
Don't be such a wuss, Norton. Besides, it was just a dream, right?
I don't know, it felt so real. You said you've heard of this lion before, right?
Yeah, but I didn't think it was real. Apparently, he's some kind of monster. Never lost a fight in his life, but what do I know?
We better investigate. We can't let him get to the wolf village.
I better stay here, in case he shows up.
We ventured out to explore, but before we could even leave the village, we heard a loud growl coming from behind us. It was the big leopard from the leopard camp, and he was attacking my wolf pack. Out of nowhere, the pack leader charged at the big leopard. They fought hard, and for a second, it looked like the leader overpowered the leopard. But the leopard got in more hits, and it looked like the leader was in trouble. I had to do something. I lunged at the leopard, knocking him back. The leopard was big and had sharp claws, but I was super strong. We fought for an eternity. It was so evenly matched. Finally, I landed a finishing strike, killing the leopard. The wolves cheered like never before, and the leader came up to me.
Maybe I've misjudged you. You might be one of us after all, Silio.
On days 23 through 26, Ruffy and I continued our search for the big evil lion when we saw a village nearby. They looked just like me, but without hair. The villagers screamed and ran inside their houses. What was that all about? Well, I guess this means I can take their crops. I grabbed all the crops and food I could find. These will be awesome additions to our farm. As I collected the last crops, I heard a noise behind us, and a massive crocodile attacked from a pond. Whoa! This must be why the villagers were so weary. The crocodile must have scared them. I tried fighting it, but the crocodile was too strong. I was about to be crocodile dinner when, out of nowhere, another creature that looked just like me attacked the crocodile and took it out. Whoa! You look just like me, but you're so strong.
Wow, I didn't think there were other gorillas out there, and a wolf as well. What a sight!
The gorilla then ran off before I could say anything. Wait! Come back! On days 27 through 31, Ruffy and I looked for the other gorilla when we found another village with massive walls surrounding it. What's all this about? What could they be hiding? We built a ladder up the walls and climbed up to look over the top. What I saw shocked me. Oh no! Other gorillas! The other gorillas were locked in cages, and there were a ton of leopards surrounding them. And look who else was there! The big bad lion from my dream! I wonder if this means that the dream was real. The gorilla that had rescued us was there too. Just then, I heard a growl behind me. One of the leopards had noticed me and was alerting the others. I had to fight him off before the others heard him. We started fighting, but I could handle just one leopard easily and took it out. But it was too late. The other leopards had noticed me. I had to get out of there. I'll be back for you. I jumped off the wall and saw that some leopards were hurting Ruffy.
I totally have it under control.
Just then, I saw the big lion come out of the village. Let's get out of here. We ran away from the village until we finally lost them. What is that lion planning to do? I'll be back. I have to rescue those other gorillas. On days 32 through 36, Ruffy and I returned back home to our base. I went to check up on my farms and collected a bunch of melons and wool. I then went to get more ink sacks from squids in the pond. Great! I can make more black wool now. Using the crops I found earlier, I added seeds and potatoes to my farm. I still didn't have any bananas, but this would at least give me more food to choose from. I'll get those bananas one day. Next up, I decided to work on my base. Norton felt left out that he didn't have a section in my base, so I made sure to expand it. It would have to be big to fit Norton, so I used a ton of materials to make it feel like home for him. With the base upgraded, it was finally time to work on my statue. Using my black wool, I could finally start building the statue the way I had imagined it. I also used some white wool to start working on another statue next to it. Who can guess what this statue is going to be? Leave your answer in the comments. On days 37 through 40, I decided to tell my pack about the lion and the other gorillas.
What? We will avoid these outsiders at all costs. Do not go anywhere near them and do not leave them here.
But they're friendly. The lion is hurting them. We could protect them here.
We have no idea what they're after. I will not put our pack in danger.
I was angry that they wouldn't let the other gorillas stay here, and that they hadn't told me there were others like me out there. I decided to run away. I was so distracted by what had happened that I didn't even notice the horde of spiders that was surrounding me. Uh-oh, don't get too close to me. Get away! I tried fighting them off, but there were too many of them. They got so many hits on me. I was getting low on health, and there were even more spiders coming. Is this how I'm gonna die? Just when I thought it was over, another gorilla came out of nowhere and started killing the spiders. What in the? Where did you come from? The gorilla had a powerful ground pound attack and was way stronger than me. Together, we killed every last spider. Thank you for saving me, but I thought you were all locked up in cages.
We escaped. We're gorillas after all. Follow me. I'll take you to my tribe.
The gorilla led me deeper into the jungle and eventually to a temple. Whoa! It's the same temple from my dream.
This is the sacred gorilla temple. We've been hiding from the lion here. We used to live in the jungle trees, but with the lion killing all the jungle animals, we have to stay here now.
The gorilla showed me inside, where I saw tons of other gorillas.
What do we have here? I haven't seen this face before.
Oh, hey, Gorak. This is Silio. He's been living with the wolves.
Ah, the wolves, you say? Interesting.
He sure does act like a wolf, but maybe with some training, we could make him strong enough to take on the lion.
Wow, really? That would be great. When does my training start?
It already did.
On days 41 through 45, I began my training with the gorillas. The elder made me do all kinds of crazy exercises.
We will teach you to be a gorilla.
First, I had to clear an obstacle course in order to boost my agility. After clearing it a few times, I had to master vine swinging. The elder told me to swing from tree to tree and over a pool of lava, which was so scary. Next, I had to climb a really big tree. I got really fast at climbing. Yes, I'm getting stronger. I can feel it. Finally, the elder made me fight another much bigger gorilla.
This is Grog. He might look big, but don't worry. He also punches very, very hard.
After working on my fighting skills, the elder wanted to talk to me.
Any gorilla knows how to use the ground pound attack. If you wish to unlock this skill, you must fight the mighty Leviathan.
The elder pointed me to a massive lake of lava, and I went to face the Leviathan. That's a big lava monster. I jumped into action, hitting it with my sword. I had never fought anything like it, and I could only move by jumping from rock to rock. Remember your training. Be a gorilla. I hit him one last time, finally killing the Leviathan. I did it! My training had paid off. I was much stronger and had learned so much about being a gorilla. I noticed that the Leviathan had dropped an amulet. What could this be? I left to tell the elder that I killed the beast. On days 46 through 51, I returned to the elder to tell him my training was complete.
Well done, young Silio, but you have not yet completed your training. Follow me.
The elder took me outside to show me something.
Focus your mind. Think like a gorilla.
I did as he said, and suddenly, I felt powerful. I jumped up in the air and smashed into the ground, making a huge blast. Wow, I did it!
Yes, you have finally found your inner gorilla.
When I was finished, the gorillas from earlier came up to me.
So, you wouldn't maybe want to invite us back to your wolf village, would you?
I'd love to, Gorak, but the leader won't let anyone else in. I left the gorillas and returned back home. I knew my mom was worried for me. On my way home, I ran into a horde of zombies and decided to test my new ability. With my new ground pound attack, they didn't stand a chance against me. I easily took them all out. Once I was home, I decided my base needed some upgrading. I decided to finally make my own house bigger, so I would have more room to play around. After that, I collected some more wool to work on my statue. I wanted to finish my statue before I took on the evil lion. I finally finished the torso of my gorilla statue and finished all 4 legs on my other statue. This was a big project, however, and I would have to finish it another day. On days 52 through 58, I decided to explore a huge underground cave I found. While I was down there, I noticed that the underground mobs seemed to be panicking.
You shouldn't be down here. There's a massive mutant mosquito destroying everything. He's hoarding all the diamonds for himself.
I'll squash that bug and take his diamonds. Leave it to me. I made my way deeper into the cave and found the mosquito. It was definitely larger than a regular mosquito. This might not be as easy as I thought. I used my ground pound attack to keep it away. It can't even reach me. I'll take him down easily. I kept pounding the ground, but it could shoot some sort of liquid at me, which really hurt. Oh no! He's fighting back! I took out my sword and started hitting him as hard as I could. The mosquito hit back harder though, and I was running low on health. Luckily, I landed one more hit, killing the mosquito. Now I could finally mine all the diamonds it was guarding. Sweet! I can finally upgrade my tools to diamond! I mined out all the diamonds, and then crafted myself a diamond sword, pickaxe, and also a helmet and chest plate. On days 59 through 64, I left my base to explore, and came across a desert biome I hadn't seen before. And I thought the jungle was hot. Just then, I saw a tribe of gorillas walking across the desert, but they didn't seem to notice the swarm of hyenas approaching. Watch out, guys! The hyenas immediately started attacking me. I used my new diamond sword to fight back. I'm way stronger now. No way I'm losing this one. It wasn't long before I had taken out the last hyena. Wow, that was easy. I'm getting really strong. I turned to the gorillas, who looked startled. Where are you guys going? Why aren't you at the temple?
The lion found it. He killed so many and destroyed the temple. We'll have to migrate to a new location far away.
What? But you can't go.
I know. If only those wolves had let us stay in their village, we wouldn't have to go. Oh well, such a things. We better get going.
Wait.
Yes?
If I take you to the wolves, you won't leave?
Well, of course.
Okay. I'll take you to them.
Wonderful. Lead the way.
On days 65 through 70, we traveled back to the wolf village, and I saw Ruffy looking concerned. They need to hide here. The lion destroyed their home.
As long as the pack leader doesn't find out.
We got to work, expanding the base to fit the gorillas. It was a big project, and I only had the resources to accommodate some of the gorillas, but I would expand it later on. As we finished building, Norton came up to me with a request.
Silio, oh, I'm glad I found you. I saw a baby elephant in trouble. There was crocodiles. You have to help.
I could not let that baby elephant get eaten by crocodiles. I ran to where the elephant was and found a lake of crocodiles with a small shrine at the center. There, I could see the little guy screaming for help. Don't worry, I'll save you. I made my way across the lake, taking down the crocodiles. Eventually, I managed to reach him.
Thanks, Silio. I heard that this shrine had a treasure, but I'll be more careful next time.
The baby elephant ran home, but I decided to check out this treasure he was talking about. Wow, no way! Diamonds! And what is this? Wall climber leggings? This will let me climb any wall I want. Nice! On days 71 through 75, Ruffy and I continued working on our gorilla statue. It was really starting to come along. The more we worked on it, the stronger I felt. We also got to work building the other statue, and also started working on one last statue, a golden banana. But we would need a lot of gold for this, so it would have to be finished later on. After that, I decided to check up on the gorillas. I headed back to my base, when I saw that it was surrounded by more leopards. Again? How did they find us this time? I charged at them, and started hitting them as much as possible. Who told you where to find us? Take this! There were a lot of them, but using my ground pound attack, I could take on many of them at once. I finally killed the last one, and decided to check up on the other gorillas.
We better find a new place to stay at. It just isn't safe here anymore.
But you guys have to stay here. I'll protect you.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure we'll be back to visit you.
The gorillas told me they'd stay for one more night before heading off, but I couldn't help but wonder, how did the leopards find us in the first place? On days 76 through 79, I said my goodbyes to the gorillas, when out of nowhere, the pack leader showed up.
Silio, I have to speak to... What is going on here?
The pack leader looked furious. Without a warning, he charged at the gorillas and attacked them. No, stop! I can explain! But it was too late. The leader and Gorak the gorilla were already in a vicious fight. I didn't know what to do. The leader was so powerful. I couldn't let him hurt my friend. I knocked my leader back so that the gorillas could escape. Leader, I'm so sorry.
I asked you to protect our family, and you betrayed us all.
I felt so bad. I had betrayed my own family. I left and ran off into the jungle. On days 80 through 84, I traveled through a snowy biome with the gorillas. After some time, I saw a huge castle on a distant mountain. Why are we going to that castle? Who could be living there?
Don't worry about it. Just follow me.
As we got closer to the castle, something jumped down from the mountain. It was a massive Tusclan. This could be my toughest fight yet. Stand back. I've got this. The Tuscan immediately came charging at me. I tried to hit it, but it knocked me back so far and left me with just a couple hearts. I don't know if I can win this one. I fought hard, but it was hopeless. Just then, one of the gorillas stepped in and punched the Tuscan so hard. Working together, we could easily finish off the Tuscan. Thanks for the help. I would have been done for if it wasn't for you. We went inside the castle and looked around. It was huge. Whoa, what is this place? I took a step forward and landed on a pressure plate. Before I knew it, the floor blew up and we all fell down into a cage. What happened?
I can't believe it actually worked, Gorak. You did a fine job.
Gorak? What's going on? Let us out!
Now why would I do that? Oh, Silio, you fell for our trap and led us right to the wolf pack. Now you get to rot in a cage and watch as the mighty lion kills every last of your wolf friends. He will finally be the true king of the jungle.
I spent days 85 through 89 trapped in a cage. This is all my fault. What have I done?
Gorak betrayed us all. I'm so sorry, Silio.
I walked to a corner of the cage and decided to rest. In my sleep, I had a vision.
Ruffy, I just have this gut feeling that Silio is in trouble. Do you feel it too?
Oh, shut it, Norton. He left us. I didn't need him anyways.
I miss him too, buddy, but he could be in trouble.
Yeah, well, I'm sure his new gorilla friends can help him, but I don't care.
That's it. I've had it with you and your attitude. Our friend is in trouble, and we are going to save him whether you like it or not.
As my friends ran off, I suddenly woke up to a loud bang and saw Norton and Ruffy fighting off a swarm of leopards.
Don't mess with my friend, you ugly cats.
There were so many leopards, but they were no match for Norton and Ruffy. They took them all down and broke open the cage. Thanks, guys.
Oh, I never thought I'd see you again. Never leave me again. Understood?
We then escaped with the other gorillas and hurried back home. On days 90 through 94, Ruffy and I worked on finishing the base. We built another shelter for the gorillas so they would all fit in our base. We made sure to make it as nice as possible for them. Once we were finished, one of the gorillas came up to talk.
I'm sorry again for what Gorak did. Here, take this. It's the sacred banana. It's said that the gorilla who eats it gains powers beyond our imagination. I know I can trust you with this power.
Wow, thank you so much. I ate the delicious banana, but nothing happened. I guess it takes a while for it to work. I went to gather my crops when out of nowhere a swarm of mandrills started attacking me. They were so fast and aggressive, I could barely even land a hit. I tried using my ground pound attack, but there were just too many of them. This is it. Just when I had lost all hope, I suddenly felt a surge of power inside me. Just then, I grew into a massive silverback gorilla with 20 hearts. I was so strong now. It was still a tough fight, but with my new strength, the mandrills just didn't stand a chance, and I took them all out. Whoa, the evil lion won't stand a chance now. It's time to end his reign of terror. On days 95 through 97, I walked over to my collection of statues and decided it was time to finish them. I built the head of the gorilla statue, finishing it off. It looks majestic. After that, I used the rest of my wool to finish off my wolf statue. Well, was your guess correct? Finally, I headed back to the mines to gather a ton of gold. I mined as much gold as I could find and used them to make blocks of gold. I then built the golden banana statue, and oh boy was it gorgeous. The statue makes me hungry. I can't wait to show it to my friends. I brought my friends over to show them my statues, and they loved them.
Whoa, did you make all these?
They're amazing, Silio.
I woke up on day 98 to a loud bang. What was that? I went outside and saw our village was being raided by an army of leopards, and they were led by none other than Gorak. The leopards were killing my family and friends, and locked others in cages. Filled with rage, I attacked them. I saw that my mom was in danger. She was locked in a cage, surrounded by leopards. Just then, the gorillas came to the rescue.
We'll take care of the leopards. Save your family.
While the gorillas fought the leopards, I broke out my mom and led her to safety. Just then, I saw that the pack leader and Gorak had started fighting. It was a vicious fight. I ran to the rescue, but it was too late. Gorak had wounded the leader. No! You'll pay for everything! I attacked Gorak, hitting him with my diamond sword.
Do you honestly think you can defeat me? You're barely even a gorilla.
We battled, jumping from tree to tree. It was a tough battle, and I was getting low on health. I used my skills as a wolf and as a gorilla to deal as much damage as possible. Take this, you traitor! I hit him hard, knocking him off a tall tree and into a sea of fire. I did it! Just then, I noticed the pack leader. He looked really hurt. I'm sorry for betraying you, leader.
No, Silio. I'm sorry. You were always one of us. I just couldn't see it. The wolf pack is now your responsibility. Take care of them for me, my son.
With that, the pack leader closed his eyes and died. I was now leader of our pack, but I felt so sad about the pack leader's death. On day 99, I traveled back to the evil lion's castle. It was time to take that monster out. On my way there, I stumbled upon a familiar treehouse. It was the shelter me and my parents had built together. It was so long ago that I could barely remember. I will get revenge for everything that lion has done to my friends and family. I decided to set up camp here and take a break for the night, which gives you enough time to hit the subscribe button if you've enjoyed my adventure. It was day 100, and I had finally reached the evil lion's castle. He was waiting for me at the gates. It was time for the ultimate showdown.
Looks like you managed to survive my attack. That's all the same to me. I'll finish you off myself.
I'm here to kill you and end your reign of terror.
Don't you know who I am? I'm the king of the jungle. There is no way you're killing me.
I had had enough. This lion needed to be put in his place. I charged at the lion with all I had and began to battle. Everything I had learned, everything I had been through, all came down to this battle. But he was still too strong. I was barely able to hurt him. Maybe he was right. Maybe he was just too strong. Had everything I had gone through been for nothing? No way I'm letting you win. Not after killing my parents and hurting my friends. I gathered every last bit of strength I had and put it into one final attack. The lion was knocked back several blocks. This was it. I took on my sword and finally took the evil lion out for good. I headed back home where I was met with all of my family and friends. They were all so happy that the jungle was finally safe again. I knew that no matter what I was, gorilla or wolf, I always had a home here.